Hello and welcome to Into the Breach, which is a game from a couple of years ago, 2018 it came out, um, but I picked it up in the Steam sale quite recently, and it's just quite a cool, quirky little game. Um, Quite similar to sort of like an XCOM sort of style, it's turn-based, tile-based movement. I could sit here and talk for ages, but why not just delve right in? Now, I do have a current sort of game in progress, but it's so early in, I'm willing to kind of just jump right in at the start to kind of show it off a bit and show you Into the Breach, because I think this is quite a cool little game. Now, I'm not going to muck around with the settings here. We'll play on normal difficulty, and we'll not get into too much of the nitty gritty about our squad there. I don't think we can even edit it with too many options, given we're just starting the game. So we'll just dive right into the breach. And here we go. So those are my three mecha that you'll see me deploying onto, or into the mission that I'll be doing coming up next. As you can see, there's these islands that represent the different levels, I suppose, and they're each broken down into multiple missions. So we will have to start, I believe, at this island here. Temperate climate, Dewey Arms, the CEO, and you'll see the Vex and leader there, that basically the monsters that I'll be able to fight during this game, but you'll see these actually in action. But first we'll have a small cutscene just setting things up. The Vek are the alien enemies here, they're basically gigantic bugs. So we'll just dip right into the first mission. Corporate HQ. No Vek detected, I'm assuming... Oh no, I have to pick one of these levels. Let's just go with the one on the left hand side here. So we need to destroy a dam, and block the Vex spawning 3 times. I'll get into how that works as we play the mission. If you push down here, you can get sort of additional extra information to help you get your objective. And to get rewards. So here's what happens. Each map, you'll get a map this size, which will be covered in various bits of terrain, cities. Some of the vehicles start off spawning, and your first necessary action, I suppose, is to deploy your 3 mechs. As far as I know, you get 3 mechs every mission. The ones I've done, I've only played an hour or 2 of the game, but certainly you start with 3 mechs, and I presume you'll get different ones and be able to upgrade the current ones as you go along. So we will start with our combat mech here. We'll just chuck him right out in the open. Then you have a cannon mech, which is more of a long range kind of, I wouldn't say glass cannon, but you can hit things from all the way across the map, and you will take less damage than the combat mech. And then mech? Is it mech or mech? Mechanical. Mech, yeah, so it's short for mechanical. Let's go with mech. Mech, I'm tempted to say mech, but it just doesn't sound right. It's just the Scottish accent coming out. Well, anyway, your third mech is your artillery mech, who, as you can imagine, is able to do indirect fire, but will become useless if any Vec close the distance. So we will pop him basically right here, and that'll give us the chance to confirm our deployment for the mission. Now, essentially, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to kill all these Vec aliens while also stopping them or limiting the amount of damage that they're able to do to the citizens inside these tower blocks. So we'll just confirm our deployment. And then I believe Vec will move first. So you'll see them move into place to kind of either attack us or to possibly attack the buildings. Different mech are good at different Vec, sorry, are good at different things. For example, some boost other Vec, maybe give them extra health or extra attack power. Others will close the distance and hit you. These bugs that you can see, I mean, I should probably know the name for them. Will it actually tell me if it's like the unit? A Firefly. These obviously can shoot long range and so can do damage from well across the map. This one here is called a Blast Scion, and I think that's the one that can, yeah, it gives a passive bonus to any Vec on its side. And now I'm picking up my artillery mech there, but I don't think that's what I want to do. So you'll see I'm given the option here now. It's my turn. I can pick one of my units and choose to move them. Now, the idea is to sort of create a sort of House of Cards style thing where, you're punching an alien that kind of blocks another alien from coming up. As you'll see, there's these red arrows on the ground here, spawn tiles. At the start of the next turn, more Vec will spawn out of these spawn tiles, unless you or another one of your units or one of the enemy units is standing on top of it. There was actually a reward, you'll see it in the top right, for blocking Vex spawning 3 times. You'll get a sort of sub-award, an additional award if you like. So I'll start by using my... Well, generally it's better actually to start with your artillery guys, I think, or your long-range ones, and then you can kind of close the distance. Now, the only building that's at risk is this one presently, and I would be able to tank a hit with my artillery mech if this one managed to shoot and my combat mech wasn't in the way. So you'll be able to see I can fire my artillery mech. Now, it won't do a lot of damage, but what it can do that's quite useful is push enemies around. So let's see here. If I select my artillery mech and then choose to fire, if I fire there, it'll do 1 damage to the Firefly sitting there, and it will also push this one away, which would stop this building being attacked. So let's start off by doing that. Now, it looks like my cannon mech isn't going to be able to actually do any damage here, but I will demonstrate that if I walk up and punch this Firefly, it will actually kill him. Punching with the combat mech does 2 damage, not 1. So it might have actually been a bad idea to hit that artillery shot at the Firefly, because now I can't push him onto this square and stop an enemy coming up in the next turn. But I can kill him. So this Firefly is going to shoot harmlessly into the mountain there. My cannon guy will not actually be able to get off any useful shots, but I will move him up for an opportunity in the next turn. And at that point I will more or less just have to skip turn. You could shoot, but it would do nothing. I guess I could shoot my own mech and move him to the side there, but that doesn't seem to be the play that we need to do right now, so we'll just skip the turn. It'll warn me that I do have units that can still act, but we're aware of that. So as you see, the Firefly harmlessly shoots into the mountain, damaging it. And now you can see they're starting to cause a bit more danger. They're now threatening 2 buildings, and they've also tied up my combat mech. Sort of rounds, if you want to call them that, of Into the Breach go quite fast. You will win the game if you survive after 3 turns. That's the most important part. So it only takes a few minutes to actually fly through a single round here. Now, what I could do here is shoot. That would cause damage to the 2 of them, but what it might be better to do is to punch that Vec onto the block, which will stop something from coming up next turn. We can then shoot that Firefly there, and then if we... What would be the best option here? Can't kill anything, so maybe just try and force the building to stop taking damage. And that'll be all my units this turn. So, yep, friendly fire is a thing. Just like you can damage yourself, the Vec can damage each other. It possibly might have been better to go for the flying Scion, just because that would have, I think, given all the other Vec less health. But we just find ourselves in the situation we're in right now. Now, artillery mech over there is going to get attacked. But what are my options? Oh, if you hold the left bumper here, it gives you a little bit of further intel. It's just telling me the exact specifics of the Firefly weapon. It's using its accelerating thorax. The blast sound will cause all Vec to explode on death, dealing 1 damage to adjacent tiles. Ah, right, I see. So yeah, that is quite a game-changing one possibly there. Right, so for now, we probably... Can we not move the... Oh no, I'm being silly. What do we want to do here? Well, I could fire there. Shoot him out the road. And then if I just walk over to this spawn tile, I'll take 1 point of damage from the alien that'll come up the next turn, but it will contribute towards the... Oh, I've made a mistake there. I've made a mistake because that firefly's firing into the building there. I really should have maybe just tanked the hit perhaps, or just walked up and punched him. But this will, I suppose, give you the chance to see what happens when buildings are exposed. Oh no, I still have units that can act. Oh, I can't take back the move, but I can still attack if required. Oh no, oh, there we go. Okay, well, so you're not committed until you actually, you know, move on. Right, so I can go back. I could jump in there. I think I would take 1 damage from the flames and 1 damage from the Vek coming up. And I don't think... No, it should kill the... Yeah, see? This mech is on fire. It will take 1 damage every turn. Mechs can repair status effects, but cannot attack the same turn that they repair. Right, well. That'll at least give me a chance to kill him. Now it'll be the end of all my units being able to act. Take fire damage. That mountain gets blown up. Whiffs a shot. So that's not great for the combat mech. I don't think I'll be able to stay in the fire for any more turns, or that'll be him dead. So he's going to have to move out of here. I think that means I can't attack because I have to repair, if I read that right. Now I can punch him there. That will save that area. I can then shoot him out the road. And I don't even think I really need to use my artillery shot here. I just hope that... No, I think the combat mech's going to die next round. I think you have to actually stop the fire. I don't know if standing outside of the fire is enough. But there's not a lot I can do about that. So... I'm just going to have to end my turn, and I can't even stop a Vex spawning with this artillery unit. So that'll have to do. So we'll skip him attack. Well, is there any point when you have the shot, you're maybe as well taking it somewhere? We could kill him, but then that would make that shot hit the building. No, I think we're going to stay with that as is. So, yep, he takes the fire damage. It won't have been worth it in the end, because I don't think we'll get the bonus for blocking. But it will show you what happens when your mech dies. Okay, well, we didn't lose any civilians, but we did lose a mech. There are deeper ramifications of that. That is our pilot killed. But that's what ended up happening. Ralph Carlson died after taking severe damage in the battle against the creatures. This will open up more levels. We'll actually just go to the library before we leap into the ones that aren't connected. Right. Take less than 3 grid damage, protect the emergency batteries. Well, let's go into the breach then. As usual, you're given the chance to deploy your units at the start. Any unit that steps on this mine will trigger the mine and be killed. Well, we'll stay away from that, but it could come in useful in terms of manipulating the robots against each other. So we'll drop him on the side there. I think probably the best for that gunner unit, so you can kind of roam along these tiles here, and then the artillery in the back. And that will get confirmed. Right, so they always get the first... oh god, what am I doing? Oh, they're just walking into the mines. They always get the first turn. So it makes your deployment particularly important. Now, the artillery piece could just move out the road here, wasting the... what they called? Hornets attack. Flying units can move over any terrain tile. They can move 5 units, and their attack is a stinger that stabs the target for 1 damage. So we could fire... I'm not sure what happens if you hit the mine, but we do want to move this... what's it called? Oh, if you hold LB here, it also gives you extra information about your weapon. Powerful artillery strike, damaging a single tile, and pushing adjacent tiles, damage 1. You can upgrade by later getting sort of more... I mean, I'm not even sure what the term is in the game, but you can essentially make their skills better. You can make buildings immune to this artillery piece, for example, and you can upgrade the damage that it does. So I think we'll just try shooting the mine, because that way... it'll push away the... oh, I forgot his name already. Push away the... Hornet? No, Firefly. And also block one coming up next turn. So it does blow up the mine, right, okay. Now there's nothing else to do here. I think we might just try... I mean, I'm not sure how clever it is to take 1 damage at the start of the game in order to stop a block happening, but because there's a mine there, I reckon that could be quite dangerous. So we'll just knock him there right now, and then we will shoot this guy with the cannon. So at the very least, he'll only need 1 more damage in the next turn, especially given that it's a flying enemy; it can't get hit by the mines. You'll notice it says grid defense 15% in the top left-hand side there. When a building gets hit by one of the Vek, it will get destroyed, but you have a grid defense, which is like a percentage chance for it not to. So essentially 15% of the time, it'd be as if they took no damage, their shield worked or whatever. But hopefully you won't see that through the course of me just showing off the first little section of this game. We still have a unit that can act, but I don't think I want to do anything more with this guy, so that's fine. Hornet fluffs the attack, Firefly just shoots into the wilderness, and there's a block. I think I'm way too early in the game to sort of really understand when it's good to block and when it's better to not take that damage, but it does seem quite useful, because although the game goes by very quickly, you know, 5 turns for most games so far that I've played, suddenly, you know, 2-3 Vek are popping up for every turn. That's a lot that you need to contain. Right, so this is not so good. I think we're going to have to use our artillery guy here to push him off the building. And then we can use our cannon to kill this one here. Right, then what do I want to do with this guy? I think at this point I'm comfortable taking the point of damage in exchange for something being blocked next turn. If I hold... oh no. If I hold... where are we? Combat mech, move 3, massive. Massive units can walk in water, but water will prevent shooting. Blocking spawn, this enemy unit will not spawn here, but this unit will take 1 damage. I wonder if I hold R... yeah, if I hold R, so I've selected my weapon, you'll see Titan Fist, spring class weapon, push an adjacent tail, punch an adjacent tail, damaging and pushing it, damage 2, and you can upgrade the damage and give it a dash property, I guess. But he is just going to sit on top of where that Vek plans on coming up, so that gets him blocked in. I'm also having to get less than 3 grid damage and protect the emergency batteries. I'm not exactly sure where those are. Right, this is looking pretty disgusting. Now, I think I'm going to have to really intelligently use the artillery mech in particular on this one. The problem is he is currently rooted thanks to this scorpion, who can web the target preparing to stab it. Right, okay, well. So if he's rooted, I can't move him, which means I can't get the best range of motion for his shot. Now, I wonder what I can do with the combat mech. I could punch him into him, but that's not going to do anything too useful. I could shoot him out of the way, but then I'm not using the shot to clear this guy. I could just shoot here, but that does a lot of self-damage. And there's only 2 turns to go, so I don't think that's the play. I could walk around here, but that's not going to do too much. See, the problem is I really need to use this cannon guy to kill this guy. Otherwise, this building's definitely going to get attacked. I've not got anything else that can stop that. What's his upgrades while we're here? Extra damage, just essentially a lot of extra damage. Right. First things first. We'll do that. Punch him. Right, we'll go for it. I think that was really silly, because he's going to take a point of damage from him next turn. I'm not too sure what the huge penalty is on losing your mech, because you get it again in the next mission. I don't know if it's if you've got upgrades on them, you just lose that investment. I suppose I'll find out further down the line. But it doesn't seem to be the worst thing in the world if you lose a mech as opposed to taking damage that you were trying to avoid on one of these buildings. Especially if it's for one of the sub what's the word, objectives. Right, well, if we do that, it will I don't think it'll kill. No, I don't think I can even walk over that mine. No, I'm just limited to this. Yeah, it says AI unit when I select it, whereas before it had a pilot in there. So I think you have perhaps, you know, pilots that gain experience. Again, like, kind of learning on my feet with this one. But we don't have too many options here, so we're just going to punch this guy in, and that'll at least free up the cannon mech. Right, now, he can shoot there and that'll kill one, but that'll take some damage. Can I go around the side even? No. Really wish I had my artillery mech here, that would have done the world of difference. As it is, I think for sure some damage is going to get taken by the building here, unless our magic 15% roll comes in. Right, so that'll at least limit some of it. And then that building will get hit. Power loss, 98 casualties. So that was the last action of the game, unfortunately. If our artillery weapon hadn't have got caught out in the open and got rooted there, then perhaps I wouldn't have had to take so much damage from that shot, and I probably would have got out there a bit better. But yeah, as you can see, we've got 3 pilots at the bottom there. Like, one's killed in action and then one's gained experience points this mission. Zira died after taking severe damage. Well, what are we doing here? We're going for just about 20 minutes. Let's just do one more mission, I think, and then we'll end the video here after that. So, do we want to defend the artillery support and protect the coal plant, or do we want to kill at least 7 enemies and protect the generator? I think we'll go with that one. So, we are hopefully going to be doing a lot of killing on this mission. Let's see how good that goes. So we'll jump these guys in right at the front. Keep the artillery guy a bit back after what happened last game. And we're protecting this generator, I presume. Oh, what was that? Acquire pod resource. Protect the time pod. Okay, so yeah, you'll get on the fly mission objectives as well. This seems like a mission with a lot to do. 7 enemies, protect the power generator, and protect the time pod. Well, presumably that's the power generator, so that'll be the priority. We can do that with the cannon, just shoot him out the road. And then what do I do here? I could push those guys away, but at the cost of damage to my own mech. But that might very well be worth doing. We'll stay out the forest, because that could go on fire. And we don't really want to block a unit this game, because we're trying to kill as many as possible. And then we can shoot these guys out the road. That, if nothing else, will save the building. I probably should have really just punched one of these guys, because I do have an objective to kill 7 enemies, but we're kind of too late for that now. I'm guilty of focusing a bit too much on trying to limit casualties here, and obviously with the sub-objective that's not the best option in this map, but interesting to find out throughout the game if oh, so I see, these guys set the forest on fire themselves. Right, it seems when you've got these 3 units, really it's all about how you use your artillery mech, because that's the only thing that can really push multiple units around. Well, protecting the power generators a must, and this guy only has 1 health, so we'll just shoot him out the road. The artillery piece, I could shunt him out the way, but then that leaves a lot for my combat mech to do. What if I shoot here? I just don't quite have the legs. Oh no, hang on, I could. But then that would break the time pod, so I don't want to do that. Oh gosh, see, you're for being such a small map and only having 3 units to control, you're giving. There's a lot going on here. I could have punched him out of the way, I suppose, but if I walk through that fire, do you take damage if you walk through? I don't think that would even kill this Vec here, so tell you what, I'm going to punch him. That way I can get round and pick up the time pod, hopefully, and also gets one of the 7 that I need to kill. And this is not great either way, really. There's no way I can stop the damage on that other building without shooting the time pod. Well, you know what? I'm trying to limit the civilian damage here, but there's no secondary objective for limiting it, so I think I'm just gonna go eyes on the time pod, and I will shoot the artillery here. Right, so suck it up, guys. We're gonna have to take some damage. Vec bastards. Oh, I didn't even notice. I was so drawn up I didn't even notice the guy in the bottom there. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Coming in thick and fast now. 2 turns remaining though. I can't quite reach the time pod this turn, and it's quite dangerous to go into the... I wonder. What if I... Can you move? And then move another, and then fire a unit? Yeah, so I can do that. No. Trying to get clever there, but I don't think it was going to work. Right, now I can tank some damage here. Move him off the point. So the Firefly here is definitely going to hit my cannon mech. But I can walk my... No, that's not the way. That's not the way. Because I can push... Yeah, push him that way. And then I could... punch him. And then he'll block someone coming up. Hopefully that'll kill it and then stop the combat mech taking damage, or indeed be going on fire. Right, I don't think I'm going to kill enough enemies here, but I should be able to protect the generator at least, and get the time pod. Oh god. Oh no, that was the last turn, was it not? That's just a straight up game over. Well, there you go. That's what happens if you just don't do it well enough. There you go. Timeline lost. Select one timeline to continue. Pilot to continue the flight in your next timeline. Well, I think he's the only one I've got, so we'll have to take this guy. So, well, there you go. That was Into the Breach. Probably didn't go as well as I'd hoped, that single little run through there, but it's a nice quirky little game, and there's a lot going on for being, you know, a little grid that's maybe, I don't know, what was that, 20 by 20 squares, something like that, if that. So yeah, Into the Breach, I definitely recommend it. It was only like you know, £5 or something in the latest Steam sale, and I'm sure it's available on Switch and possibly other ones too. So yeah, till next time.